Okay, that is a really good one because even that the Mexican market is not too old because if we're talking about collection, probably as a professional market, a collection, we'll be talking about 30 years. But what is our main advantage? Because in overall, we have a very executive team with over more than 20 years of experience. I'm talking about the top levels of the management. And also because we're a part of international group, that brings us a special advance because we can count with the results of the another countries. And also we have this knowledge that is bringing to Mexico that give us one step beyond of the competitors. Yes, the Mexican market on the collection is very competitive, and we have some regulations and also we have some protections. So they have some law that protects the debtors. But what is good in our case that with this international background, we found the way that we can get more information to provide a highest level of efficiency on the collection process. And also with the addition of new technologies that has been tested in another markets, like in Asia, that is probably 10 years further than in the Mexican market, even that in terms of number of position or collectors, we are not so bigger, but I'm pretty sure that we can deliver the highest levels of efficiency that the new market demands, the new financial institution, the new players. And also there are new players that are international in the Mexican market. And because we are part of MBA, that is also global, we speak the same language of these companies. So even that in the Mexican market, we have 3 years and a half, I will say that we have 3 decades of experience and talent proven in our offices. Okay, why Mexico? Because it's a market with a lot of opportunities and talking about non-performing loans. Why? Because there is no huge players. So in the Mexican market, you can see two sides of players. Small ones that have only local investors that they prefer to acquire small portfolios, only small tranches portfolio, and the investment of is not too is not too huge, is not too big. And the other side, the Mexican needs institutional investors like MBA. And if we talking about non-performing loans on consumption area, we can say that there is only 3 or 4 players. And one of them is another European company that also we know very well. And the another two is one from Colombia and the another is from Costa Rica. But what is the difference between MBA versus those companies? We have our own platform. So we have the whole circle, we have the investors, and also we have the platform to collect the money. In comparison with another companies, they have to outsource the services. So they can be also our clients. And another advantage that we have is with all the tools has been developed internally for our IT term. Uh, what is really important is that it's not IT company developing collection system. It's collector of executives expert in collection developing systems. So we have better tools, tuning by expert in collections, and also with a lot of experience in collection in non-performing loans, and also fresh accounts, and what is important, that is consumption. Is the product that probably in the Mexican market nobody wants, but also what I have seen in the last 3 or 4 years that delivers the highest level of revenue. And also we're talking about if we compare with mortgage, that is another sector of not performing loans in which one there are some players that invest. Uh, you need more time to mature this product. In the consumption loans, the collection could be more fast, depend of your efficiency. And if we're talking about efficiency, Mexico MBA has developed and increased the levels of efficiency to develop and to give the highest return of the investment to our investors. Okay, we can divide in 3 groups. We have this niche that is fintechs, in which one MBA has international experience, and we found out that this sector is increasingly growing the Mexican market. So probably in the 5 years, the number of fintechs, like for that grant loans to app has been increasing 500 times by year. So, and that's been also with all the relationship that MBA group has, we are very close to these new fintechs and also new banks that are increasing rapidly in the Mexican market. And another niche is we have is banks. Uh, in our portfolio as a client, we have the biggest bank in Mexico, that is Banco Azteca. Just to give you some reference, Banco Azteca has probably a portfolio or 60 million of accounts. In comparison with the population of Mexico, that means that at least 60% of the population economic active has a loan with Banco Azteca, and we are working with them. So the expansion, the opportunities that we have to attract more accounts for different segments is with this bank, because this bank is national worldwide and cover all the segments. And with this capitalization experience of banks, fintechs, we have also have a third division that is retail stores. Retail stores that are attractive for the Mexican because with this credit, there is a buy today, pay later is one way of which one the Mexicans traditional get some goods. Talking about home appliance, even clothes, TV, I don't know, computers, cell phones. That is technology now is a basic demand. It's a basic product for demand. So we have found these three niches that are very profitable in terms of number of accounts, and also in which one the volume of the accounts can rapidly increase. So we're capitalizing the experience in these three niches, and for sure, probably the next year we have to make a big jump because we are chasing the second bank. I believe that the access to the data. What I learned from the Europe is easy to get information from the debtors. That you have more controls. You have an ID number in which one you can get all the information. In Mexico, it's very difficult because, let's say, for example, in Europe, you have more control about how many telephone numbers or SIM cards you can have for a mobile line. So you have a special controls. In Mexico, you can get 20, 40. There is no controls. So that is a challenge because at the moment to reach one debtor is more difficult, and also the profile of the debtors. Uh, in comparison with Europe, are more responsible, and they are more probably they take care about at the moment to ask a loan. And in Mexico, some part of the sector doesn't have this financial education. So we are working in that to teach them that a loan is a responsibility. And also, if you have a really good track record, you can continue acquire more product or more benefits for your lifestyle. You can start with a mobile, cell phone, a computer, then you can go for a car and even for a home, for a house. But you have to be responsible. You have to understand that a loan is an opportunity to run up. It's not an extra salary. And if you ask for a loan, you have to be very sure that you can pay it. You can afford it. So that is the main, probably talking about behaviors, habits, and culture. But also, it's a really good opportunity for us to invest in this Mexican market because, uh, in comparison with Czech, I'm pretty sure that the market is quite limited. It's there is no chance. There is no more space for more players or to get more attraction investment. And Mexico is a plenty full of opportunities. So every sector has a special opportunity. Let's say not only for consumption. If we're talking about mortgage, there is a bonus for the population. What does it mean? That it's a market that always continue demand, at least for the next 20, 25 years, loans for housing. And the new generation, let's talking about C generation, that these guys probably are not interested in invest or in acquire loans for products like home, but they need consumption. They need the immediately things for the next. So they demand computers, cell phones, whatever. So that is another market and it's increasing rapidly, increasing. And let's talk about cars. For Mexican, cars are important. For a Mexican to have a car is a must. In comparison, probably with Europe, that okay, you can live with a bike or something like that. But a Mexican needs a car. So that is the opportunity. So if you go for the on small companies, 80% of the economy in Mexico, the base is small companies. Small companies is a company that doesn't have more than 50 employees, and so and it's the spin bone of the Mexican economy. So that is another niche, and also some financial institutions are focused on that. So you have a wide menu. Where do you want to invest? Mexico is the answer. I believe that it's the branding of the name, the name of the branding, because uh, uh, we have to work a lot to trust on MBA brand, because in Mexico, the biggest collection agency has more than 30 years, are well known for all the biggest financial institution, but also they have this traditional collection, and they can be run by a specific type of directors or executives. MBA has a different vision, and unfortunately, in the Mexican market, they need to see to believe. It's not like another culture that you don't need to see to believe. So, uh, put it in the market, the Mexican brand has been one of the success. Then uh, attract new clients. So in our portfolio, I can say that we have the biggest bank in terms of number of accounts. We have six of the probably 20 most profitable fintechs are with in the they're game changers, and also we are increasing our participation in the retail stores. One of our clients is a store, a retail is a chain of retail store that has 140 years in the Mexican market. Is one of the most ancient, and we have grown up with that company. We start with one project with one company. Now we have three projects, three company brothers, sisters. So, and I believe that we are ready for the next step, because we already invest these 3 years in the branding, improve and test our systems. And also we have achieved highest level of efficiency that one of the clients demands, and talking about the regularization of the accounts. So in 3 years, we have delivered the same or highest level of efficiency that agencies that has 20 or 30 years, with less resource, with smart collections, with tailored solutions, and with a very reliable team. So now in Mexico, there are many products that you can get from apps. So it's an opportunity, because if you think about cost, so the investment of the to develop is not too high. You can have some controls about employees, or etc. But what is the challenge? That it's only focused on a few cities. Probably Mexico only has the 30 to 35% of the population really have access to the internet and all the web services. And that's mean that the 20 biggest cities uh, are all the services or all the chances of service are focused on that. So the rest of for example, in the north, even that we have uh, 50 cities, probably 80% are concerned, focused on only five. So just to see the dimension of the concentration. Um, and talking about economy, as you know, we have this change on the macroeconomic issues. But I believe that we can be stabilized for the next year. So even that we have this impact for the global economy about inflation, but and also the central bank increased the interest rate for a little bit. But I believe that for the next year will be more stable. And also with the nearshoring, it's also a really huge opportunity for the Mexican market, because we can attract, I'm talking about the general economy, we can attract investors, and also in the border, we can develop uh, for many services, industrial, IT, whatever. So, so I believe that we have opportunities. Yes, we have some outsides, but we can work on that. And also we have a lot of energy. We want to, as economy, and also as a country, we want to make the next step. It's a desire that everybody wants. The future is a consolidation of the brands. As I tell you before, we are chasing the third biggest bank, and also we are we start the process to work with the biggest fund or biggest government fund to grant loans, mortgage loans. So that's mean that MBA Mexico will have a really great opportunity to increase the number, the platform, and also to be a more profitable. So our challenge and then our commitment is start to consolidate the brand and also to attract a really good players and have this mix, fintechs, new banks, because there is another tendency in the Mexican market. Many services or many institutions are changing to this digital world. So we have experience as international bank with our colleagues from Indonesia, Philippines, Asia. So they are ahead in that part. So we can capitalize also that experience that is global for the Mexican market. So yeah, for us as a Mexican, we're very excited because we see that the future is very challenging, but we are plenty full of confidence that with the background that MBA has, we can make it. Confíen en México.